What up, y'all? It is Alex, and today we are going to be doing a new error by Moderat. If you've been enjoying these videos, please subscribe on Patreon or give it a look. I can give you track feedback and private lessons there, and an easy link to download tons and tons of nice ambient samples. Now, this track is super cool. It's different than a lot of the other tracks that we've done. Here's just a little sneak peek. Hopefully y'all know this track already. It's a really beautiful track. But I just like how we're basically going to have this one chord progression, or yeah, we're going to just have this one chord progression here at the beginning. It's an 8-bar loop. It's going do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. There you go. And that's going to be repeating every 8 bars. And then I just like how we're just going to keep adding to this thing, keep swirling and just rolling and just really building this 8-bar loop up, just making it sound really epic. Let's go ahead and start. We're going to have this 8-bar loop. Cool. So a few things I want to point out, and then we're going to let the track keep riding. So obviously, to keep things interesting, we're going to add a kick, clap, and then the bass. I love how simple it is. We just have a very simple kick and clap pattern. And I want you to note something. Basically, we got triplet notes here, okay? And it's going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's cool how once the bass comes in, the bass is also going in that same pattern. It's going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, etc. So we really have like a heavy triplet feel. And I want to note, I think it's every 4 bars. Let's listen, because you're gonna hear like the kick. It almost sounds a little bit sloppy. I kind of like that. It sounds like there's like a, almost like they recorded on tape or something. Let's listen. Yeah, it's the 1 on every kick. Listen how it kind of it almost sounds like it comes in a touch earlier, like there's 2 little kicks or something smashed together. Just notice again, it's on every 1. I don't know if it's on the first 1, but after that it seems to happen on every 1. Hear that? Cool. But okay, so now we're going to do this for 16 bars, and then let's see what happens next. Okay, this is gorgeous. So I'm actually gonna move this part over here. Don't worry, we'll talk about that in a second. But okay, so basically we have, like I said, we do this for 16 bars. Then we have a nice little fill. We just broke down the Sophie track Fizz. If y'all remember that, Sophie does a lot of cool things where after like an 8 or 16 bar cycle, when going into a new one, she'll do something weird on the first first like hit of the next series rather than doing a variation on the one beforehand. I think Sophie may have still done variations on the one beforehand. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But basically, it's cool how once on this track, which I just did the Sophie track yesterday, we're also getting variation on the first hits of bars, like first hits of new cycles rather. Now, so you'll notice the kick a little different. Yeah. But okay, so this harmony is cool. It's kind of just like accenting. I mean, it's like its own melody, but so these notes here are that which are being played. C, E, F, A, and B are being played by the arpeggio that's kind of kicking off this entire track. And these notes here are the ones being played by this new, like, a little more, I'm calling it, like, I guess the melody. Just the green section that we just talked about. And notice, look, there's an F, there's an A, there's a C, and there's an E in both. So we're really just kind of playing complementary notes, but we're getting like a slightly different timbre. This seems to have like a little more of a lead role to me. This is kind of now becoming more of like like a beautiful like bed of harmony to exist in, and this is kind of taking the lead. Now you'll notice about every 8 bars, this is going to change. It's still doing its role by playing those 4 notes I mentioned. For example, look over here. The notes are higher than over here, so like it might start to feel a little bit more intense here. And then you're also going to get this high pad swelling up. This high pad is slowly coming in. So essentially, we have our bed of, or like our sonic bed here with the harmony, the kick, the clap, the bass. Then we have this lead element coming in, and then we have this additional, like, we're making the bed even more glorious, even more magical over time. Meanwhile, look how high it's getting over here. It's just getting very exciting. So, yeah, that's what I mean. We're just kind of doing the same thing, but just building and building and building. So, all right, let's go ahead and listen. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't figure this out for yourself, hopefully if you're watching this video, if you just like the track, hopefully you're learning a little bit about how the track was made, and that's really cool. And if you're a producer, maybe consider structuring a track similarly to this. Like if you want to make something similar to this, you could maybe, take some arpeggios, come up with a simple drum pattern, and then, create a high pad that can then, which would be like right here, that can complement your arpeggio, and then maybe make a lead playing similar notes of the arpeggio, or in this case even like the same notes of the arpeggio, then just modulate those notes, hitting different octaves, etc., etc. So hopefully this is giving you some ideas for how you might want to produce some music. But okay, let's keep listening. Oh, and last thing, just notice right around here, you're going to start to hear this high pad coming in. Really cool, right? Okay, so we already talked about what happens here. I think I made this yellow just because it's just getting more and more powerful. It's still getting more and more powerful here. Then we have this little break, which sounds very similar to this right here. I don't know if you remember the track Milk. I think it's from the same album. I'm actually very curious now if they sampled this. Just ignore me, but basically if you remember the track Milk, it goes da, 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 da. And it kind of sounds like this, but I don't know for sure. But okay. So yeah, we just had this big swell. I already described how that happens. And now we're going to skip the first 2 bars of the 8-bar progression, and then just come in with it here. So now we've stripped it down. We've never just had a kick, clap, and bass line before. So this is kind of interesting sounding. Cool. The reason why I made this pink is you hear this like reverb. It actually might be a different. I maybe should have made a different track. That might just be some noise or something coming in. But yeah, now we're gonna go back into the situation from earlier. We're basically gonna just like do it again, and this time we're gonna have a slightly different way of layering things in. So now we're gonna have that arpeggio come back, and then we're gonna have the high pad come in before this like main melodic piece. Then we're also gonna have like a little. It's pretty subtle, but you'll hear this like little thing. I think you can hear it in the side channels a lot. This like little percussive sort of thing. That was my phone just popped. That was the Tinder notification. But okay, here you go. I feel like you can hear it starting here again. Okay. Beautiful. So we've got a little bass as well at this last part. I don't think I jotted all this down. I think I started to. I forgot to fill it in. It sounds like you have like a little sample. Maybe some field recordings, just like a nice outro. You know, you can. That's your goal. If you're here, if you've watched this long, you can tell me what you hear in the outro. Okay. I mostly just want to talk about the meat of this track here. So yeah, I don't think there's too much else to say. We see what happened. We had another nice swell. And yeah, I just love this track. I feel like it's so beautiful and it's very interesting to see. Let me just double check here to make sure those are the only, because I think I'm mostly mapped the MIDI 100% this time. Oftentimes I don't. Let's see, yeah. Sorry, my computer's kind of far from me. C-A-F-E. Yeah, it looks like we just have C, A, F, and E. Pretty cool. That's the track. Moderat, a new error. If you want the project file, let me know. Shoot me an email. If you want to be super dope, you could subscribe on Patreon. That'd be really appreciated. And thank y'all so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.